Hola, buenos dias. It's Carpaccio with the weekly Pele report for October 14th of the great big frickin' year 2020. Yeah. First of all, I want to thank everybody for those beautiful comments in last week's Pele report. I mean, it almost brought me to tears. Everybody saying that I should just be who I am and whatever that is, and you like the aspects at the beginning of the report, that's deeply appreciated. So I'm going into the aspects today. The moon is over there in Libra. She's hanging out in Libra, and we're going to have a new moon. Wait till you hear the frickin' Sabian symbol for the new moon. Oh my goddess. Amazing. Yeah, late Libra, 23 degrees, 53 minutes. And that new moon is part of a T-square, right? That new moon is opposite Mars. And of course, Eris. Lilith is moving away. And square our Capricorn boardroom up there, Pluto, Saturn. The sun is exactly square Saturn next Sunday, but you can basically count on it, being like that all week. Look this is a floodplain up here, man. This is the water from that river way down over there comes all the way up over these rocks when it rains. If I was down here in the rain, I would be underwater right now. Totally tripped out. Anyway, yeah. Tomorrow, Thursday, the sun is exactly square Pluto. So we've got this intense, talk about intense, T-square, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, Sun, Moon. I mean, it's going to be a wild frickin' weekend, man. And that's not the only thing going on either, right? Mercury is opposite Uranus. And so that is also going on for the entire week. I mean, that's exact next Monday when Mars squares Jupiter. Okay, but, it's basically going on Saturday, Sunday, Monday again. You got to give what they call an orb to these aspects. And I will be talking a little more about that. And in the meantime, we're looking at opposition, right? Sun opposite Mars, Mercury opposite Uranus, and Venus opposite Neptune. And the moon comes in to make a T-square next Tuesday. So, Venus moving through Virgo is in opposition to that Neptune. And loosely square the moon's nodes. I'm going to talk about that one day. We're going to have like Neptune squaring the moon's nodes all through 2021. I mean, it's crazy time on this planet, man. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. The nice thing is Venus does come into a nice trine with Jupiter by next Tuesday. But yeah, let me... this is just like such a nice spot right here to catch the whole panorama of the river, and it's not too loud either because I'm not too close. All right, well, I'll find a spot and look at you. Okay, everybody, let's do this thing, man. Yeah, the sun, no sooner do I sit down than the sun comes out, but when that sun goes behind a cloud, you're gonna see something behind me. So what? Astrology is the study of cycles. All evolutionary growth occurs through cycles. The cycles of the minute, the hour, the day, the year, a lifespan. It goes on and on, right? Saturn's 28 years and 29, and the moon is every month. So we got all these cycles going on, and it's the study of cycles, just the phasic relationship of these planets, which creates all of the aspects, okay, is a fascinating fascinating study. But what we would just want to very simplified, we want to understand the new moon is always the seed being sown, the beginning of a new cycle. In the natural zodiac, it's 0 degrees Aries, the beginning of the cycle. It's unconscious, impulsive, instinctive. It's a new impulse for something new. Hello, new moon, new phase is what it's called. And it's a tiny little crescent moon, right? And then that, that kind of opens up to the first quarter square. But we're just going to look at the seed being sown for a couple of different things, because now we have all these oppositions. And I know I looked back and it was like, okay, Mercury was conjunct Uranus around early May 1st or so, right around early May, if you may, you could remember, okay, that time period. All right. The other aspect is this Mars squaring the boardroom up there in Capricorn. Mars was conjunct the last 2 weeks of March. This is like the start, right? That was when that was the first wave of the coronavirus. Okay, Mars coming around to square that whole Capricorn stellium. Then it comes around and now it's going retrograde, squares it again. And then it's going to go direct in December and square it, kind of complete this whole nightmare, around December, and then, leave Aries in January. Venus, I didn't look at it, but Venus was probably conjunct Neptune, about 6 months ago. She goes around once a year. So we've got a lot of these, the full moon, the full opposition, Sun opposite Mars, okay, opposition, Mercury opposite Uranus, opposition, Venus opposite Neptune, opposition. The opposition point is 180 degrees, and it is a time of coming out. The first portion, the first half of the cycle is an internal building up, transformation, self-identification, and then we need to emerge out of ourselves into partnership, into relationship, into the outside world. And it's a decision point. It's a turning point where we need to decide what to leave behind, what to bring with us. Probably the big thing is that with relationship, we don't want to lose ourself. This is the big decision. It's like, okay, I spent the last 6 months in quarantine. No. I spent this last period of time. With the moon, it could be 2 weeks. With Saturn, it could be 14 years, depending on where this is happening in your chart. But with most of these cycles, we've spent March, 7-8 months. We've been spending this time going in, identifying ourselves, our needs, my purpose, and maybe, dealing with my family or my past or my, my identity, what I'm doing here, what this is all about. Why bother? It's like the price goes up, the cost gets higher, for this relationship, for this house, for this job, for this apartment. It's like, oh my God, it's like everything, it's getting harder. And when things get harder, we have to decide, is it worth it? Do I really want this? Do I want to do this? So, this is just like really a turning point. It's a decision point, and this is also about then, I have the urge to relate, to connect. In order for each of us to truly fulfill our life evolutionary intention, there is an aspect of our soul that knows damn well it involves other people. Whether I want to become an influencer, okay, or whether I want to become a student of a higher teaching, or whether we are not living in a vacuum. We're not living in a void. If there were no relationships, there would be no babies, and humanity would cease to exist. There is an urge within us to connect spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and or physically with the other. And in so doing, we take a chance on losing ourselves. You know, if you've ever gotten married, okay, you know, you risk. It's like, wow, I was this all my life, and now I'm a couple. I was an individual, and now I'm a unit, right? You know, or I was an entrepreneur working for myself, and I got a job with Apple or Google or something, you know, and now it's an identity shift, an identity change. So relationship, especially our intimate relationships, they change who we are. They change our identity. We are no longer solo flyers. And it presents opportunities for expansion, for growth, for manifestation, for realization of more than we could be alone. Whether it's a business partnership or an intimate, emotional, physical relationship, romantic. We experience another deeper level, part of ourselves. This is the shadow work. But so this decision point is, do I stay single? Do I stay alone? Do I stay within? No. My soul says, come out, be seen, engage in partnership and relationship. And so then I do, but I don't want to lose myself. Ah! So it's like, it's a time where we need to stay strong. We need to maintain our individuality. We need to maintain our selfhood. We need to maintain our soul purpose while merging, mixing, gathering, growing, evolving in and with and through society, or corporation or relationship. So this is these oppositions present us with, sometimes it's the big bad wolf, is this going to eat me up and swallow me whole, and I'm going to, lose myself because it's so intense? Or am I need to, I don't want to lose control. Don't lose control. Oh my God. So do I surrender to relationship? Do I surrender to love? Yeah, I was just told, it's like, in order to experience the sacred requires surrender. No surrender, no sacred. You got to get out of the ego. The ego also doesn't want to listen. It doesn't want to hear. It doesn't want to absorb. The ego wants to stay in control, stay fixed, and go forward, and well, relationship is a two-way street, right? So it's requiring us. So that's what, this mantra is about. These last 6 months, whether we have been in isolation, or we've been in lockdown with our most intimate partner, or with our family, or with our parents and our kids as, single parents, or taking care of an elder, or what. It's just like, this has been about. And now we've got Mercury in Scorpio going retrograde. Oh my God. Let's dig down to the bottom, primal scream, energy of what are we hiding? What are the secrets? What are you afraid of? It's time to let go of your past Let go of your childhood fears and conditioning. Talk to me like an adult. Spit it out. Spit out your truth. And I invite you to spit out your truth, and I'm gonna hear it. I mean, this is a time to have those deep, honest conversations and blow each other's minds. I've been thinking this for 6 months or 6 years, but I haven't said anything. You know, I really been, this is all, you know, I mean, Mercury opposite Uranus. Uranus is enlightenment. Aha. Shocking, awakening. We may also be getting this in the news. Powerful revelations this weekend about frickin' reality. You know, that's what this whole year has been about. Bursting the bubbles of our illusions. It's like playtime's over, boys and girls. Time to come into the classroom. No more recess. Let's get real. You got something to learn here. Sit down. It's great, man. And what was, oh yeah, the other image I got, you know, for this report. It's like we are a loaf of bread at the baker, and we have been getting kneaded. You know, how the baker kneads the bread, and then puts some yeast. Maybe the virus has been the yeast, you know, and it's getting into society, you know, into the planet, into the politics, into the economy. And then what do? You know, you cover it up with a towel or something, right? And you let it sit. And you let that yeast work. Alchemical Transformation. And the loaf of bread gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, man. That's what like this year has been about. Now it's pretty trippy because most astrologers will say, oh, Mercury retrograde. Don't sign papers. Don't make commitments. You know, don't make promises. You know, everything's gonna, you know, mess up, and don't send emails or whatever. Mars retrograde. Oh my God. You know, don't do anything. Don't go forward. Don't, you know, it's just a time to, you know, regress, reflect, go in. I'm gonna say yes and no. It's like, this is a time to inwardly decide, to reflect on who I am, what I want, where I've been going, and if I want to maintain that same trajectory, or if, you know what, it's time, there's a fork in the road here. This is like a fork in the road. Maybe not a stoplight, you know, at the crossroads, but at least a fork. And really, this is the time, October, November, December, where it's like, okay, you know what, I've been going this way. It's time to take the, you know, the road less traveled or something, you know? It's like, by December, by January, I want my life to look differently. And this year has taught me, through my relationships, through this lockdown, through the, you know, financial crunch, through whatever, I am more attuned to my deeper soul purpose for living, because all my distractions got taken away. You know, it's like, and I have had to like stew like that loaf of bread in my own juices, you know? It's like a crock pot. 2020 has been a big crock pot. And we're all softening, you know, and the potatoes are, you know, getting mushed up in the gravy or whatever, you know. It's just like, oh God. So here's the super cool freaking thing, man. Check this out. The new moon, right? A butterfly with a third wing on its left side. The ability to develop for inner strengthening new modes of response to basic life situations. Adapt, mutate, right? New situations, it's a new world, the new normal. The butterfly is the ancient and traditional symbol of the results of the process of spiritual rebirth. If the butterfly has 3 wings instead of 2, a special development of an aspect of the spiritual life is shown. 3 is a symbol of fulfillment. Some power has been added to the normal spiritual life of the individual person. The left side usually refers to the instinctual field of the consciousness, but it is also the heart's side. A new strength is shown, perhaps as yet unrealized. Indeed, it is the establishment of such a contact which constitutes a technique for original mutation. I gotta say, this sun in Libra, ruled by Venus, Venus opposite Neptune, her own higher octave. To me, Neptune is selflessness, egoless, spiritual love of all that is. It's the dream. And Venus coming around through Virgo, Sun moving through Libra, disposited by Venus. To me, this is just, it's not what I want. What does love want? With each and every choice, conversation, decision, we can get out of our ego and we can say, what does love want here? Love wants its way with me. I want to be a tool of love, an agent of love. I want love to be manifesting through my life. And love can help us make our choices and our decisions. And it's like a seed time with these retrogrades. We inwardly decide. We inwardly surrender to love. We inwardly allow love to have its way with us. And that seed is going to, really, like that loaf of bread, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. And 2021, we're going to go in the oven. We'll deal with 2021 when it comes. Oh, actually, on the 25th, I'm getting together with Julia Simas and Sandra Nicolison, and we're going to be doing a What Lies Ahead webinar. We got to look at 2021, man. It's coming, and yeah, there'll be more of that coming. You gotta I got a newsletter. I got this new website. You gotta get the newsletter and stuff. Keep up with what's all that's happening. Anyway, the mantra for this week. Oh, the song. Of course. The hour is getting late. This is what I'm thinking. This Sun T-square with Mars and this is a time where all I can really point to is all along the watchtower. Yeah. There must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessmen, they drink my wine, come and dig my herbs. None of them will level on the line. Nobody honors his word. The hour is getting late. There's no reason to get excited. The thief he kindly spoke. There are many here among us who think life is but a joke. But you and I, we've been through that, and this is not our fate. Let us stop talking falsely now. The hour is getting late. I have seen and heard enough to call a spade a spade. I need to own and share my truth before it gets too late. I like that one, man. Actually, the last line, it was going to be, as the hour is getting late. You can change it if you want, you know. But like, before it is too late, that's like putting it, you know, it's like, you know what? Enough of this, fake news, and, you know, don't trust the news, and don't trust science, and don't trust the WHO, and don't trust the this, and don't trust the that, you know. It's just like a bunch of bullshit, you know. It's like, come on. Make up your mind with the information you've been given. Mercury in Scorpio, Sun square Pluto. It's like, you know what? See through the veil. See through the bullshit. Trust your gut. You know who's a a-hole and who's not. You know who is telling the truth and who's not. We can like tell ourselves stories, but this is the great freaking, you know, it's like the bugles are playing. Wake up, man. God, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of you do, some of you don't. Who cares? Whatever. Okay, see if I can remember it now without reading the damn thing, you know? I mean, I have seen and heard enough from March. Mars conjunct all that stuff, right? You know, comes around. And I won't even talk about Eris, the goddess of discord. She's calling for truth. That's what Eris is all about. No more veneer. No more sophisticated, you know, false personas. Eris is going to call us out on our stuff. So we've all seen and heard enough to call a spade a spade. Who am I? Who do I want to be with? Where do I want to go? This has been a year of straighten your shit out. I need to own and share my truth before it is too late. It could be I need to own and speak my truth. Share, speak. I'll figure it out by the time I write it down anyway. I've probably kept you long enough. I want you to have a good week. Realize there may be shocking news. Okay, there may be explosions. Okay, Sun, Mars, Pluto, Saturn. This is a super intense time, and it's just like, you know, you're getting pushed into the corner. Life is squeezing us. The walls are closing in. Make up your mind. Who are you? Who are you? That's another good album by The Who. Who are you? Boop, 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 doop. Enough of that. Enough singing Down by the River. That's another good one. Okay. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.